Okay, let's just dive right into this explainer. We're all facing the exact same modern struggle right now: sheer, overwhelming information overload. Think about your daily workflow for a second. You're constantly juggling dense PDFs, hour-long YouTube tutorials, sprawling meeting notes, and just countless web articles scattered all over your desktop. The average professional is practically drowning in data. But what if you had an incredible tool that completely transforms the way professionals, academics, and lifelong learners tackle this chaos? Well, today we are unpacking the advanced power of a tool that fundamentally changes exactly how we interact with our own data.
Now, if you use standard AI on a regular basis, you definitely know the distinct frustration of having to constantly double-check its output. It is so exhausting when your AI confidently makes up a fake citation or just invents a statistic out of thin air. But imagine working with an AI that doesn't just guess or piece things together from the vast, messy internet. What if you had an assistant that gives you absolute precision, acting only on the exact documents that you explicitly trust? That relief, that total confidence in your data, is the core promise we're exploring today.
So here's how we're going to break this explainer down today. We'll start with the concept of the walled garden AI. Then look at its massive scale and precision. Check out the pure magic of audio overviews, explore some advanced real-world applications, and finally, wrap up with how to actually maximize this AI assistant.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the walled garden AI, and the crucial difference between a creator and a synthesizer.
There is a massive paradigm shift happening right now in how we interact with artificial intelligence. When you're using general large language models, like your standard ChatGPT, you are essentially talking to a creator. They're trained on the entire web, which makes them fantastic brainstormers. But because they pull from everywhere at once, they're highly prone to hallucination. NotebookLM is fundamentally different. It's a synthesizer. Think of it as a beautifully manicured walled garden. It enters the room knowing absolutely nothing, and it only knows what you explicitly feed it.
And this brings us to a really critical concept called being source-grounded. By restricting the AI's responses strictly to user-curated information, it dramatically reduces those frustrating hallucinations. This source-grounded approach means the AI has zero tolerance for making things up. It's not going to pull facts from random websites or outdated forums. It strictly uses your trusted documents. For a professional, this instantly transforms the AI from a fun, creative brainstorming buddy into the ultimate, highly trustworthy research assistant.
Moving right along to Section 2, massive scale and precision. Let's talk about the unmatched capacity of this tool.
So, you might be wondering, just how much information can you actually stuff inside this walled garden? Well, the numbers are genuinely staggering. You can upload a massive 300 different sources per notebook if you're using the Workspace Plus version. And even for free users, it's still a hefty 50 sources. Picture that incredibly messy, chaotic folder on your desktop labeled Research. You can literally take all those varied texts, PDFs, and links and organize them into one cohesive brain in seconds. But hey, it's not just about the sheer number of files. It's about the incredible depth hidden inside them. Because each one of those 300 individual sources can contain up to 500,000 words. Think about the sheer volume of that. An entire corporate policy manual, a towering stack of dense medical research papers, or literally years' worth of weekly meeting transcripts seamlessly fits into just one single source file.
And when you do the math, that compounds to roughly 25 million words of context in a single notebook. I mean, to put that into perspective, that is like feeding the AI the entire Harry Potter series 25 times over. You are effectively handing the AI a private library of your own data to read, retain, and instantly comprehend. It completely dwarfs the capacity of standard AI context windows.
Now, despite having 25 million words to sort through, the system maintains this incredible surgical precision. Every single answer it gives you provides a deep link citation. You just click the little citation number, and boom, it jumps directly to the exact sentence in your PDF or transcript. The psychological relief this brings to researchers, lawyers, and analysts is absolutely massive. You can instantly verify the claim yourself, meaning you're never left guessing where the AI got its facts. All right, let's get into Section 3, the audio overview magic, which is basically creating your very own personal podcast. People in the tech world are testing this and literally saying things like, "It is so freaking good, you would not tell that it's not human." And honestly, that perfectly captures the pure amazement around these audio overviews. With just one click, NotebookLM magically converts your dense documents, say a really dry 30-page strategy brief, into a highly realistic two-person virtual podcast. And the positive, uncanny valley aspect of this is just mind-blowing. The virtual hosts banter, they take audible breaths, they say and they naturally emphasize complex points exactly like real human podcasters do.
And the best part, you are completely in the driver's seat here. You can actually prompt the AI podcast hosts to focus on highly specific angles before they even start talking. Imagine taking a dense 50-page financial report and telling the AI to focus entirely on a competitor's pricing strategy. You can set the audience level so they explain it to a total beginner or even have the two hosts debate the findings. It takes massive, daunting reading assignments and turns them into a fascinating, custom-tailored listen for your morning commute.
Okay, Section 4, Advanced Real-World Applications. Let's talk about actually putting this thing to work.
The versatility across different fields is just incredible. For academics, it seamlessly synthesizes literature reviews and spots hidden research gaps across dozens of papers. Imagine you're a genealogist, turning scanned ancestor records into narrated family stories and visual mind maps. Or consider a lawyer using it as a sort of small hammer for big document problems, spotting legal contradictions and sprawling depositions in mere seconds. Novelists are using it to track complex world-building logic, and businesses use it to instantly compare competitor RFPs based strictly on the facts.
Let's walk through a totally killer workflow for business operations. Imagine you're a project manager, tasked with replacing some dusty, ignored 200-page employee handbook. Instead, you build an interactive SOP bot. You simply create a notebook, upload all your standard operating procedures and transcripts, and share it with your new hires. Now, instead of constantly tapping your shoulder with questions, that new hire instantly queries the bot on exactly how to submit a leave request, and they get a direct answer with a link right to the exact document. The time saved there is just unbelievable.
Now, with all this mind-blowing advanced power, we kind of have to step back and ask the obvious practical question: what is the catch? What are the specific limitations we need to watch out for to avoid any frustration down the line?
Which brings us to our final section, maximizing your AI assistant, covering all those crucial best practices and limits.
So the golden rule of this walled garden is super simple. Garbage in, garbage out. Quality output strictly demands quality input. If you put in well-established publications or nicely organized Google Docs with clear headings, you're going to get high accuracy, deep synthesis, and beautifully structured briefings. But if you upload clickbaity blogs or massive unformatted text dumps, the AI can only work with what you give it. You're going to get low value or confusing answers. The AI won't magically invent good data to replace your bad data. Oh, and there is a really crucial technical quirk you absolutely need to remember. Manual note saving is required. Because NotebookLM strictly protects your privacy and absolutely does not train its global models on your private uploads or chat history, your chat outputs are temporary. They will completely disappear when you reload the page, unless you manually click the Save to Note pin. Imagine crafting the perfect, profound summary of a huge project only to lose the whole shebang on a page refresh. So always pin your best outputs to a note. You'll also want to keep a few format limitations in mind to really maximize your efficiency. While it flawlessly reads PDFs and pulls transcripts directly from YouTube links, it currently struggles to read spreadsheets and complex images. Also, if you push that 25 million word limit to the absolute edge, performance might lag just a bit. And finally, bringing it all back full circle, remember it's a synthesizer, not a creator. Don't ask it to write a highly creative, completely original blog post from scratch. Use tools like Standard Gemini or ChatGPT for purely creative generation.
All right, let's wrap this explainer up. You now know the unmatched scale, the surgical precision of those deep linked citations, and the downright uncanny audio magic of this tool. Start gathering your most important PDFs and docs today, build your first notebook, and I promise you will never look at your research process the same way again. So I'll leave you with this final thought. If you could synthesize your entire professional life into one flawless assistant, what scattered knowledge will you synthesize into your very first walled garden?